Hey, Dr. Giolostino here again. I'm really looking forward to our time together at the Back Pain and Sciatica workshop. It's going to be awesome, especially if you're looking for natural treatment and healing options without medications, injections, and surgery. So if you're looking to get back to normal again and you don't want to rely on drugs, this is for you. Now I want to go over something really important today. As I mentioned in our last video, where we were talking about, is your pain reproducible? A lot of people that we see have trouble with standing, walking, sitting, driving, getting in and out of the car, yard work, housework, things along those lines. I want to share with you the number one biggest mistake that people make with any problem we have in life. There are 3 basic ways we handle. I will cover these in the workshop and share about the most common way in this video when most people have a problem. They ignore it. Ignoring a problem doesn't necessarily mean that we are silent about it. Usually what happens is that we make excuses. So we say things like, well, I'm just getting old, or I've always had a bad back, or I've had an injury since I was young, or the weather, or genetics. We have a tough job, or we sit down all day. There are a million things that we can blame it on, but none of that is really getting to the source of the problem. Here is what happens if we take a look at our life and all of the activities that we do. We have some that are really, really intense, then we have some that are easier. Now see what happens. So every time you walk, every time you stand for about 15 minutes, okay, you get pain. So then you don't stand or walk for 15 minutes. If standing and walking are painful, then we take that out of life. So we might have some more intense activities like running, lifting, or using a vacuum cleaner, or something like that. Those gets taken out too. Less intense like sitting, driving, getting dressed, things like that. And we eventually ignore the cause of our pain and sciatica. What happens is we lose the standing and walking, and maybe even the driving and getting dressed. And of course, we can compensate, or we can figure out other ways to do things. But all of that is just one form of ignoring what is going on. And eventually what happens is that we get into the point that we can only sit or sleep. And unfortunately, many times that is when we go see physical therapy. We waited this long, and now we're probably going to need surgery. If we don't, we won't be able to walk. By the way, that is all junk, and we are going to dispel a whole bunch of myths for you. But basically, people wait until they lose all these other areas in their life. And the whole reason they do is because they are ignoring the cause of their pain. So at the Back Pain and Sciatica workshop, I'm going to share with you exactly how we can help you through that, and how you can handle the cause of your pain so that you can get back to normal again.